Today we have this cool 26 CRF 450R WE. We are going to put the Rekluse auto clutch into this bike. We've taken the cover off. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the OEM clutch plates out. We're going to be using the OEM pressure plate, the spring bolts. We are not going to be using the springs. A good tip when installing any new clutch plates, it doesn't matter if it's Rekluse, Henson, whatever it is, soak the plates in oil. I like to use petroleum, the same oil I'm going to put in the motor, and I've got them soaking in there. I like to soak them for at least a couple of hours so they get good and soaked before you install them. Okay, this bike in OEM form has what's called judder springs, which these springs are in the back of the clutch basket. You want to make sure you get them out because the Rekluse does not want the judder springs in there. All Rekluse clutch kits, whether it's a torque drive or the auto clutch, come with these stainless steel fingers. What's nice about these stainless steel fingers, we're going to install them on each opening of the clutch basket. So the clutch plates, the fibers, are actually going to ride on these stainless steel fingers, not the aluminum, so it will not wear out the clutch basket. Okay, it's very important when you're putting these stainless steel runners in, you got to put them in. You can see how they have a flat part like this. They have to go in like this. The flat part underneath. And the reason for that is when the clutch is spinning, the G-force holds them in. If they're in upside down, the G-force, they'll fling out. The first plate that goes in is a metal, and it usually has an S on it. So you want to put that in first, and then the next one's going to be a fiber. On the metals, you got to make sure you put them in all the same direction. There's a rounded end, and there's a sharp end. I always put the sharp edges out. As long as they're all the same direction, that's all you need. After that, we're going to put the final auto clutch part in. Now we're going to install the springs that come in the kit. We're going to torque the spring bolts to 9 Newton meters. Now we're putting the side case on, start all the bolts, run them down, then we're going to torque those to 9 Newton meters. Okay, now we're going to put the Rekluse slave cylinder on. As you can see, it's got an adjustment in the middle. This is how we're going to adjust the free gain of the clutch. Getting ready to bleed the hydraulic clutch system, you always want to make sure the reservoir is full of brake fluid. With the master cylinder full, we're going to bleed the clutch system. As you notice, the Rekluse has an adjuster on it, which we want to back it out till we see the O-ring. Then what I like to do is I like to open the bleeder and just let it gravity bleed until you see a nice flow of fluid coming out before we start the bleeding process. To bleed the clutch, you do it similar to you do brakes. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. You pump the handle up till you feel some pressure, hold it in, crack the bleeder. Make sure you don't let the lever out while the bleeder is open. Then you're going to do that several times, pumping it up, holding it in, crack the bleeder, till you get a good flow of brake fluid. As you can see, air bubbles are still coming out. As you see, a good flow of brake fluid with no air. You bleed it until like this time right here where you see no air coming out. That's what you want. So now we're done with the bleeding process. The lever has a nice good feel to it, just like it's supposed to. Now we got to go into the adjustment phase. The initial adjustment is important. That screw, we're going to turn it in and out just till we feel it. It's easy, just till we feel it hit. Right when it hits, right there, we're going to turn it one complete turn. Look at the hash marks on there. Go one complete turn. Then we're going to go 2 more little hash marks. And that will be our starting point for the adjustment. Adjusting the clutch is fairly simple, but there are some personal preferences involved depending on how much slippage you want, when you want it to engage, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to adjust that by after the break-in period, you adjust it by turning that screw in and out a little bit here and there until you get the feel and the slippage that you would like. Our Rekluse auto clutch is installed. We've done some break-in period on it already. And here's how I like it adjusted. We adjust it with this down here. I'm going to start it up and you can see I like it to have a little bit of drag when it's sitting, so it's real responsive. That's a perfect adjustment. Please don't forget to subscribe.